Hello there, guys, it's Elite Troubleshoot back here, back with some infected gameplay. And speaking of infected, what I'm going to be talking about today is about infected. Specifically, what is the infection and how did it begin? And I haven't done any research on this. I just figured I'd do this because it seems like no one's asked it. But it's kind of a good question, like, who started it? Like, apparently, to me, all infected is crazed people wearing hoodies, running around with knives, throwing knives at people, and let me just pick this guy off. And killing other survivors. Now, how would this work? And plus, you're issued random guns, which basically means that I can get a sniper rifle or a submachine gun, and if I'm playing in something other than Black Ops 2 or Ghosts, because Black Ops 2, I'm not sure about 1, doesn't have the infected game mode, and Ghosts infected don't get special weapons, then basically the infected can get shotguns. Weird, huh? Sometimes I've played where the infected have such an advantage over the other people, which makes it really hard. And sometimes when I've played Halo Infected, or also known as Flood, the games last a minute. Like, practically, they last like a minute or so, and then the game ends. Because they're so short, and there's so many, and there's not a lot of people, yet so many. It's such high demand because a ton of people play it, and a ton of people are good at it. Now, we just won. Infected usually wins, and let me talk about the only way to win Infected. The only way to win Infected is when time runs out. And the thing is, that's really hard because every time someone gets infected, the time gets reset back to 2 minutes. Which pretty much means that if everyone dies except for one person, and there's 12 people in the lobby, then 11 times 2 equals 22, which means at max, if one person was infected at each 1 second mark, that means an infected game could reach up to 22 or 3 minutes long. Yeah, that's not really that good. Like, it would kind of get bored after then. It would get boring. And sometimes people go for classic infected with shotguns. And sometimes they go for, like, the new infecteds with MSBS or lengths or just special stuff. Like a Modern Warfare, a really popular one is Striker vs. Juggernaut. Pretty hard considering your dual revolvers only get so much ammo, from Juggernauts at least. Yeah, and how did the infection start? Like, all it is one crazed man in a hood going around stabbing people. Once he stabs someone, everyone else just does the same thing. It's not really an infection or a disease. It's like, I guess you could call it that because it's contagious, as in once one thing, as in it spreads. But otherwise, it's not really an infection. It pretty much just crazed people running around in hoods trying to kill you. Yeah.
By any means necessary.
Yeah. So, let's think about how infected works. Like I said, you get a gun, you have to kill crazed people that are running around with guns. And that only makes you worse. Not worse, but it doesn't make you, it doesn't shine in any light, on you. Now, something I want to say is that the infected, everybody thinks that infected is super hard, especially when a ton of people are clumped up in one, like here. That's really not even close to the answer. If you have a good infected that knows how to play well, then you really are, like, set, and you're dead. Like, if you play with bots, and you have a good hiding spot, like I have a really good hiding spot in, what's that map? Prison Break. If you have a good hiding spot, then you're set. until, if you're playing with bots at least, because the bots don't really know until it's final survivor, which means if you can sneak some other bots with you, then you're set. You're really honestly fine then. If you can sneak some other bots. And yeah, you get IEDs to explode. We get throwing knives and flares and we have unlimited lives. The infected have flares that make them relive a life, whether they want to live it or respawn, and they get multiplied. Well, for the other people, it's quite a challenge, even considering they have guns. We have throwing knives. We have knives. We have a lot of things. Now, I'm not saying that infected's gonna win always. Normally it does, but that's only because everyone teams up on the last survivor. And the only reason they get to last survivor is because of a good infected. And the thing is, one good infected can make or break the game. Literally. And I'm not kidding when I say this. And I know it's a pretty short subject, but I kind of want to wrap up the episode here. Thanks for watching, and bye.